Shannon Lax, joined here with my good buddy Kevin Cottonella. Kevin, how we doing?
Phenomenal, Rhett. The sun is setting east of or west of Melissa Lake, but man, we're ready for a great game right now. We have the Longhorns fired up right now, and the Missouri Tigers ready to go.
Missouri Tigers rocking the black unis with the chrome gold domes. And we got Texas in their all-white kits, sporting their orange accents.
The burnt orange is right, and they have a ton of fans right here. You can see to the right, but Missouri's going to play hard still for
Absolutely.
all their fans online.
Coming in from Missouri are the Tigers. Big night for both teams as they look to move on into the second round. Welcome to the quarterfinals of the Lone Star Alliance, people. Division I MCLA matchup in our midst with Melissa Lake's in the background. As you can see there, the beautiful lake. I think I see a goose back there.
All the wildlife congregates at Melissa Lake. It all started there. The first human too. That's what we are hearing. But here we are. We're ready to go here in Melissa, Texas. We have Garrett, number 22, starting for Missouri, facing off against Brad Wittenberg.
Yep, exactly, Brad.
And Brad with the quick forward pop.
Nice play. They're on the move immediately. What a pass to Breck Thielen. The face dodge to the dump to number 33, Breck Thielen. One shot, one goal.
6 seconds into the contest. Can't even comment on anything else. Missouri just has to come ready to play, and you see Texas was. But a good punch out there on the face-off X and a twister pass to his attackman who's savvy enough to catch that and finish.
Breck Thielen out of Denver, Colorado. Kid's a baller. 3 threes. We got Eigen on the wing. And look at these pinch and pops. Eigen's going to pick this up, if not Fournier. And we've seen Luke pick up some beautiful GBs, hasn't he? Hank Chapin. Goal. Face dodge. Texas off to an insanely hot start. 21 seconds into this game. It's 2-0.
Jeez. I think we're on pace for a record-breaking 100 goals.
Let's check this out. And he's got 2 assists, too. Are we going to count that assist? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're giving him an assist. So what if there was a dodge? Hank Chapin cashing in.
Let's stop the bleeding now, the Tigers are saying.
I mean, this guy's cooking at the face-off X. Look at him. He won the initial clamp. Still a 50-50 ball.
That's Garrett, though, taking revenge and pushing it forward to him. But
Picked
the
up.
Longhorns come back with it.
And we're on the move. Over to Stein. Texas's leading scorer. Stein has put together an All-American level season. Number 51, Luke Skanga, checking into the game. The Turret is what they call him. The Southlake, Texas product. Yeah, the Turret has put on quite a show every time we've been on the mic for him. Got that game winner against SMU. Using his left hand, slip, Triant with the ball. Nico Triant, number 27. Here comes Eigen, he's got the shorty. Little shake. Pass, Skanga, shot, just wide.
And that's the Turret letting it fly.
Yeah, he's just getting it warmed up. Thielen surveys. Breck Thielen. He skips it over to Skanga. Skanga down the alley. Pulls it out. Triant with the ball. Triant to Eigen. Jack on the move. Little dump. He's going to have to goose it, and he does.
Shot clock violation there. Good defense after 2 quick goals by the Tigers.
Great defense from Missouri.
Look for Missouri to take one here on a clear, but they have to clear it. So operation, get it to a shorty and have him run it out if you can. That's ideal. And there's your shorty running away. The poles are all over him. It's Peck. A bad pass.
Picked off. Texas has got it.
Fairhurst losing his legs to run us out.
Will Fairhurst getting dogged 3-on-1. He's still got the ball. Fairhurst is going to have to get rid of it. And he does just a little too late. Did they get him on a ward?
They got him on a ward. That's the right call. Can't use that free arm.
I thought it was a failure to advance. He was close for
12
sure.
seconds, but
12?
it felt closer than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just 12 seconds. But we have big number 3, Jerry, with the rock in his left hand to start. This nice lefty down the alley dodge draw on a slide immediately.
And what I heard about this kid is he can rip it. Honestly, not a bad take. Possession shot for number 3.
Very athletic take. Get that on goal and test the goalie right away is what you want to do. But nonetheless, they have the rock again.
That's number 5.
Help from the the official there, blocking it, which has caused a turnover. So 1 turnover by number 29 in stripes. Mizzou in the ride here. 10 seconds left to get it over the midline.
And they do. Jason O pushing pace. Jason O pulling it back out, going over to Thielen. Very impressed with the sophomore from Bowie High School, the Austin native, Jason O. He is the founder of MCLA Index. Go check him out on Instagram. They've got all the best rankings. Hard shot saved. It's Griffin on the shot. Great save by the keep there. It's been all Texas so far as Chapin is going to work it at X. Nice goal, Hank Chapin. Dipsy-do. Dunkaroo.
That was some Pat Spencer-esque play right there.
That was
using
nasty.
His whole body and faking the goalie out everywhere besides his stick and then just pinning the top.
Let's check it out again. Splits, rolls, drops his shoulders right under the shelf.
Good take there. 3-0 for the Longhorns over Missouri.
2 goals on the day for Chapin already.
Have to stop the bleeding. So first thing first is to get the ball in your offensive end, which they have now. On a legal procedure, we're playing without your stick. Unlike the professional league, in any other level of lacrosse, you have to have your stick in your hand, otherwise you run off the field. In the pros, you could play without your stick like they do in hockey with a broken stick. But here comes the Tigers. Auble with the rock. Looks like it was deflected there, but ground ball here. Let's see who picks it up.
Luke showing off his first-time GV prowess.
First 5 minutes.
Greenberg on the move. Number 13, the senior.
Good stick.
Pass is tipped. Going to go out of bounds and remain with Texas. Shout out to Jack Greenberg, rocking number 13. Unlucky for some, but lucky for him.
Ooh,
The turret lets one fly. That had some heat.
I'm telling you, he's going to break the net if he hits it.
Hey, and they don't have extra nets out here in Melissa.
They don't. The lake eats them all.
The lake eats them all.
You can
And
see.
if you don't know what we're talking about, we'll let you know what the lake is here in a second when we see it. Breck Thielen, little hitch. Passes it to the crease. Beautiful handle by Triant. Jump shot, lefty saved.
Good save.
Nice handle, though. Nice take. A little high on the clear by Missouri. Texas is going to pick this up, it looks like.
Good effort by Zoll on Missouri there, but not good enough as Cash Wiley runs that one out.
Nice play by Cash. Hartzell and his squad are going to take a quick timeout here. They want to keep putting the pressure on, hoping to make it 4-0. Texas Longhorns doing their thing early. I'm Rhett Cannon here with Kevin Cuttanella. Thank you so much for tuning into Game On Sports Network. We'll take a quick break. here in Melissa, Texas. I'm Rhett Cann, and this is Kevin Cuttinella. We've got a Lone Star Alliance Division I playoff matchup.
Exciting start to the game for the Longhorns. Missouri had a nice little break there to recoup as Texas took a timeout to set up some offense. What do you expect Missouri to do on defense here?
Honestly, they need to stay true to their man matchups. They've got to press when they can, definitely get their checks on hands, and if they put the ball on the turf, they got to pick it up before Texas does. Texas is good at these first-time GBs, but obviously they're a top 10 opponent in the country, so expect them to just keep putting it on, and they do! Nice jump shot!
That's Wittenberg with the jump shot, calling himself the Jordan right there, jumping and scoring. Stick side high, as you can see, just manning his way around the defense, lowering that shoulder, and as soon as he gets a release, he's just airborne and putting that on tape.
That is a nice release. And he's got 2 assists and a goal already. The kid's cooking.
He's in the kitchen crafting everything up. A lot of goals and assists out of that, but
as we're back to the X with the beautiful Melissa Lakes in the background. Nothing like a waterfront lacrosse game.
especially with the pink skies here in Melissa, Texas. It doesn't get better than that. As we have a scrap here in the middle.
Hurt player. Hope he's okay. Teams will take a knee. Looks like a wrist.
He's running off the field. Tough player there. Unfortunate to see anyone get hurt, but that's Garrett there in black. His teammates will have his back here as Jerry picks up the rock on the far side overlooking the lake.
What a sight. Eighth wonder of the world, Melissa Lake.
4-0 Texas here. 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter, Rhett. First quarter, 4-0.
They're cooking. A lot of time left, too. Jerry's on the move. Backed up by Levine.
Great offense, just no backup.
No backup at all. And that's their guy. That's who they want taking these shots.
Just unfortunate, quick offense possession, about 8 seconds long in total.
Yeah, number 3 is a tough cover. Pop pass here from Levine to Jason O. Beautiful connection from the 2 sophomores.
Levine put him that one on a rope, so it's an easy catch. Expect the Longhorns here to sub fast so they can get the right personnel out and look to attack again to make this 5-0. They really enjoy ISOing these shorties on either wing, as you can see right now.
Rollins.
Patient play, moving it through X.
Schaefer working the crease. Typically, Griffin Schaefer is at the faceoff X. He's a Division I faceoff transfer out of Bucknell from Austin. But coach has him in on offense today, and I love to see it. The kid's a slugger.
A little bit of a force on that pass, Rhett. I think the player was open. It just wasn't that good of a pass. So it's a turnover onto Missouri, looking to clear this one and get another offensive possession. Ten-man ride.
Great defense by Jack Tennant, stopping the ball from going into the empty net.
And that's a save, too, on our books as Texas looks to clear fast.
10-man ride. Tough to beat, but it can be very effective if run correctly. Typically the way to shut it down, though, is to get scored on an empty net down.
Exactly. The 10-man ride is very popular with very athletic teams, as Texas is one of those teams. You just lock everyone off and kind of let the goalie make a bad decision.
Skanga. Oh my! What a shot. Saved by the keep. Skanga tries to go BTB on the run. Chapin picks it up, and he's got a shorty.
The turret trying to use his secondary weapon.
Yeah. That's his pistol. Rollins, big hit.
That was some hit. Rollins right up, though. Miles with a nice shoulder. Legal hit. We love seeing that.
Yeah, shout out to Rollins for getting right back up. Tough kid. Breck Thielen slips. A lot of people are slipping here at Melissa Lakes. Breck Thielen skips it to the turret. The turret's on the move. Jumper! Just off the mark. But shooters shoot, and he'll continue to do so.
That's his fourth shot of the day.
Yeah.
And he'll do 10 more, no problem. That's why he's the turret.
Yeah, he just keeps letting them fly. But I would not be surprised if he ends up with at least a hat trick today.
No, not at all. But here we are, timeout now for the Tigers as they want to recoup and put one in to make it 4-1. Right now they're held scoreless in here in Lake Melissa.
4-0, all Texas. Thank you so much for tuning into Game On Sports. We'll take a quick break.
And we are back, 4-0 for the Longhorns. So a quick scan over to the Longhorn fans doing their chant and roll call over there. Great to see a lot of passionate fans out there. So they made that trek up to Melissa, Texas, which is just north of Plano, if you're familiar. So
Yeah, from the Dallas area, it's about 45 minutes north. Melissa, Texas is expanding, as is a lot of these small towns.
that's what the
Up
lake
north.
does, Rhett. The
Yeah.
lake draws in everyone.
The Lake Melissa monster.
We've been saying this all night in 2 games. There's definitely a Loch Ness monster in there. We don't know.
Here comes Jerry. He's going to work. He's getting hounded.
Tough player, though.
No, he's good. He can play. Good shot. Just wide. They need to cash in on looks like that, though. And they
I
haven't
agree.
really been making Levine work, to be honest. They've been missing the cage.
Exactly. They've been missing it, and that's, from good defense. They're all up in their sticks and hands, so it's tough to get a clean shot off. But Levine holding steady to start.
Whoa. Little toe. Walking the dog a little bit, but doesn't end up with the ball fully in his stick.
Allbull right there trying to get fancy, but D-Twig. Part of the game, though. Got to keep trying those things to make your team score.
Beautiful pass by Levine to Cash Wiley. Clears have been on point for the Connecticut product. Sophomore. Kean, Levine.
There's the turret overlooking the pink skies here. He's pulling it out, and as he has the pole matchup now, where he used to have the shorty with 4 shots.
Moving screen.
We got interference there.
Yeah, okay.
Technically a moving screen there. Just interference is kind of when you do it purposely. Moving screens, you don't ever do a moving screen, but it happens.
Yeah.
On purpose.
I've never been guilty of that.
No, but that's the difference of it. Interference, again, is when you kind of bump into him on purpose.
When I set the screen, I fall on purpose every time.
They advise to do that if you can't handle a big guy trucking you.
Well, I can't.
It's also better because you'll never get called if you just fall.
Exactly.
But Missouri pulling it out, running their offense now.
Eigen bats it down. Not going to pursue it, though. He's very confident in his ability to play the ball both ways. Number 41 is a beast.
Great to see him out there. He's looking like he was talking to the trainer about his back of his leg. So
Yeah.
a player we always want to see on the field. He's very talented.
Goal! Nice take.
Allbull right there, getting fancy. We saw that in the beginning, but he dropped it on the toe drag. But this one, he says, not today. I'll make it 4-1.
It's not that they didn't want to slide. It's just that his slide had the back to the ball. Just a little late. Beautiful placement. Rings the right pipe. Trickles into the net. Great take.
Missouri needed that one.
They sure did. Tigers on the board.
Garrett's back out there after that wrist injury. He's telling us it's going to be sore later, but right now he's focused on one thing, helping his team out so they can get another goal here. But he's confident. He's got the adrenaline pumping he must, because he's taking his man right to X. Wittenberg playing defense there.
Nice box fake. Fooled me for a second.
Manipulating the slide. The slide hesitated because it looked like he passed it already, but when he pulled it out of that pump fake, he took a shot. Just get that on.
He's a Fogo, too.
Doesn't seem like it.
Doesn't look like it or seem like it. Great take, honestly.
We're not going to use Fogo for him anymore. Actually,
Nope,
either
we
of these
won't.
face-off boys. Off the pipe.
Fogo's a mean term. They're all just athletes. Reset of the shot clock. A fresh 80 for the Tigers as they look to claw their way back in after starting very slow.
Bobby pulling this, crossing the field, taking a shot on the run. Levine with the save.
Easy for Levine.
I really like the Tiger spacing here. They're letting their men dodge and drawing a slide. But hey, that's D Twig there.
And a face dodge to match. Cash Wiley is on the move, folks.
Fournier pushing this.
And as he thinks about shooting it, he's trail checked. But the ball is going to end up in the stick of Chapin. And Hank will show it.
Great ground ball machine.
Yeah, he really is. He's got great stick skills, the lefty.
But Eigen with the rock on offense finally hands it over to the Turd, who has the shorty again.
And look at this sunset on our TV. How pretty is this?
Doesn't get better than that. We got Lakeview access and pink skies, Rhett.
What more can you ask for?
And we just had pizza, so nothing else. We're good.
We did just have pizza. Kevin had 12 slices. He had a whole pie.
It was a competition. Back up there going to the Tigers. Rowdy one. They have a couple men open for a quick clear, but not going to take that
They're
risk.
showing some life, to be honest. This bench is fired up. They're just happy to be here. They're happy to play as they get it to their best player, Jerry. Tough pass. Picked up. Not quite. Greenberg going for it. It's Goose. Picked up by Mizzou. Tigers looking to advance. Athletic play.
That's long, number 4, running that one out. Mizzou settles it down right now with 60 to go on the shot clock and 1:18 in this first quarter. 4-1 Texas.
Oh, nice take. Hits the crossbar.
Phenomenal take by Bobby there, coming up the hash, but looks like it was a turnover based off of
Let's check out this replay.
catch-up.
Gets topside a little bit, gets his hands free, and just so close to hitting the corner.
With that camera angle, it has to fall. That's painting the corner. If that
Yeah, he would have had that clip for forever.
Yeah, you would print that one out, I'm sure.
That's like one of those things where your dad, the son asks the dad, were you good? And he's like, here, check this out. Look at this goal I scored in 2025 at Melissa Lakes.
Melissa Lakes. Do you have any more? No?
No, that was the only one.
And then you pull up a Brendan O'Neill highlight video.
And you're like, this was me.
That's him.
Dad, I didn't know you went to, I didn't know you were on Long Island. I didn't know you went to Duke, Dad.
Almost a quick play there.
They're going to get him in the crease. Tough call.
That was gritty as hell.
52 seconds left to go in this first quarter. They got to clear it first in about 15 seconds.
And they will do just that with ease. Texas, a team that typically has no problems with the ball in transition. Disciplined team that stays the course of their game plan. As we've got Schaefer with the rock. Pushes it over to O. MCLA Index's finest. Check him out on Instagram.
Under 20 to go in this first quarter at O@X.
Little shake. Nice shot, Jason. Oh. Shout out number 11, Bowie High School, the sophomore.
Simple X dodge here, just an ISO late to the slide there in black, but he just crosses his defender up, goes right, and just finishes as soon as he passes goal line extended.
Falling shot for Jason. Nice take. Knows he's got short time, likes the matchup, shakes him into oblivion, and scores.
Best outcome you can ask for a Texas player. Oh, just doing his thing and putting it in the back of the cage.
Come on, Garrett. Come on, Garrett. Get in there with him.
As his first quarter winds down, there's a big scrap here in the middle of the field for the ground ball. The boys are working. 1 second. All right. First quarter.
Texas 5, Missouri 1. Thank you so much for tuning into Game On Sports Network. If you want to get a shout out or you've got something to say, shoot me a DM at CanonLax. That's CANONLAX. You can find us on social media at Game On Sports Network. Happy to be here.
Amazing night here in Melissa, Texas, overlooking the lake, and the sun just set it here. But 5-1 Texas is all we're thinking about right now.
And we will take a quick break. Thank you so much for tuning into Game On Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, to Melissa, Texas. We've got pink skies here at twilight. It's around 8:30 p.m. Central Time.
And this is why everyone moves out to Melissa, Texas. Right? You got the Buc-ee's within a block or about an exit, and then you got Lax. You got the sunset, nice weather, and then you got the lake.
Yeah, look at that lake. I want to go jet skiing on it.
Yep. The miniature jet ski would do it. And we got Garrett with the face-off there, pushing it forward. Ball's on the ground.
Going
All right.
White. Luke on the move. Jason. Skip pass goes a little wide. Out of bounds.
I would have liked to have seen that go to the X guy there because he just needed 3 steps. He had no defender on him. Could have came up that right side to get a goal. But here we are, Missouri pushing it down the field.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Luke Fournier for getting us onto the Lacrosse Network. Number 1 with his insane ground ball plays.
If you haven't seen that game on clip on not SportsCenter, but Lacrosse Network, it should have been with all those fancy moves and ground balls and all of that. We were calling that game 16-15 win 2 out of Texas.
Somebody commented, who is number 1 and why isn't he playing for Albany?
And that's a valid question because all the great polls usually come from Albany that are savvy, like Jake Casino.
Jake Pacino, the over-the-head check king.
There's the Ray brothers, too. Ray,
Yep,
won
Troy.
All-American there as a pull. And then you get just a bunch of all-around studs from Albany. Kyle Clancy, obviously the Thompsons, Reardon, all those really good guys. And that's
Look at this run.
That's a gritty play there. Of
Will
course, the D-Mini.
Fairhurst.
Wow. The flag.
Will Fairhurst putting on a show for us.
And he's not even gassed. He's still hustling off the field right now.
What a play for number 2. Gritty.
So right now we got the Longhorns. Yeah, we heard that.
Jack
We heard
Greenberg, as Fairhurst came off the field, he said, "You're looking like prime Marshawn Lynch."
Not a wrong statement there as he ran over someone and then ran himself over. But right now we have the Longhorns pushing with a free play as the flag is down.
Maury Stein, hard overhand shot. Goes wide, backed up by Rollins. We'll get a 30-second man-up play here by the Longhorns.
And I love watching the Longhorns play man up. They have so many shooters, and I can't even tell you which one's going to take it, but someone's going to do it and put it on cage.
I think it's going to be either Chapin or the Turret.
The Turret's a great guess there, but you can't put it down. Chapin could rip it. Agan can rip it. Anyone can rip it here.
The Turret minus 2,000.
I think that's the line there. He's only had his 5th shot of the day, so we're waiting for number 6 right now.
He's wide open right here.
Unselfish play.
Thielen changes planes.
Get yours, Thielen. I like that.
Pass is batted down, picked up by Missouri. Great stick. Shutting off the Texas passing lanes. Hard to clear the ball when you're man down, though. And they are slowly running out of time.
4 seconds left to get it over.
Gotta airmail it, and they do.
Gave 2 of his players an opportunity to get that, so not a bad airmail rep.
Texas not able to cash in on the man-up opportunity, though.
We're all even here now.
Eigen over to Stein.
Stein has been quiet, but that's because everyone else has been taking the ball and scoring. So.
Well, he's also a methodical player, you know. He's incredibly talented, but he's going to do it. Oh, Jack Eigen, number 41. Long range. I mean, Eigen can just absolutely snipe it.
Eigen had no problem there just controlling that whole time with the rock. You could see him take a nice runner down the alley, take a step back, and then when he had that space, he just let it fly high to low. I think that's 3/4 low, but he got it through into the twine. Great goal.
And that's a high percentage shot. Almost made his defender fall.
Well, when Eigen shoots, it's always high percentage, but when you have your defender not knowing where he is, it's always going to be a great shot.
Yeah, and if the all-conference teams were to come out tonight, he is a first-team all-conference midfielder by a long shot. He might be the best midfielder in this conference just because of his ability to shoot, pass, play defense, get ground balls. What a nice swim move. Is he going all the way? Nice save, Kean Levine.
I like that play by Wong, though. He got a tough ground ball, dished himself out.
Big hit, no penalty, clean. All for nothing, though, as Texas ends back up with it. Hard check.
Garrett's working hard. He's not a Fogo, Rhett. We were just saying that.
He's a lacrosse player.
Texas looks to sub fast here. Get those boys back out there. Here's the Turret. Back to Eigen, running down the alley, and here's his shot. Goal.
Eigen, 2 for 2. Number 41 putting on a show.
Could be a pull, could be a shorty, could be 2 pulls or 2 shorties. We'll run right by you and put one in.
Let's check it out again.
It's a simple dodge, just a sweep across the field, and when his hands are free, he's taking it regardless. Not afraid of any contact, not afraid of where he is. He will take it, and he will shoot, and he will score. That's Eigen right there, big 41.
And this is a player that doesn't feel the need to score flashy goals. he doesn't feel the need to put it high necessarily. He will because he can if he wants to. But I really do believe that it's that three-quarter or that overhand bouncer that just goes for him.
Definitely
The
agree.
high percentage shots that he just loves.
As Lake Melissa responds to us all here in the crowd. It is 7-1 Texas right now as they look to push it to make it 8-1.
I think a manure truck just drove by.
I was waiting for that comment, but it sounded like 100 came by.
Wow.
What a hit.
What a hit.
That's Miles coming through with his hit. No call there. Could have been on the edge of a penalty, but hey, no call. That's lacrosse.
And I think the manure truck actually got into a wreck and has dumped all of its contents out here next to the lake. Because it smells something serious. And it's not because of the nasty dangles I'm seeing out on the field.
Right, little does everyone know you had a massive Wendy's before this.
This has nothing to do with my biggie bag.
A guy like you, I bet could do that. But hey, we'll go with the manure truck.
Kevin, my mom's listening.
Sorry.
Eigen rings the pipe. Tryant's going to pick it up. Shot just wide for Tryant with his left hand.
Pretty hard to focus for everyone right now, but let's get back locked in here. 7-1 lead for the Longhorns. And that's just the sight and sounds here in Lake Melissa. Everyone on the field, there's a manure truck. With the turret taking a shot, 6th of the day. He will make them fall very soon. He's just getting warmed up.
Yeah, every time he shoots, he gets a little closer. But honestly, the majority of his shots have ended up back in the stick of a Texas player. So keep shooting 5-1.
Basically a pass.
I've seen you score goals in bunches. Once you score one, you open the floodgates, kid. Keep it up 5-1.
.45 left on the shot clock.
Skip pass. Nice face. Tough play, Breck Thielen. What a goal.
Good sequence there for the Longhorns. Very unselfish and a very, very fundamentally sound finish there. He kept his stick high, which means the goalie has to keep his stick high and just pinned it low. So it's an impossible save there.
Let's check out this face dodge. Winds up, makes him overplay him, puts it back to his strong hand. 5-hole bouncer, high percentage. Great take by number 33, Breck Thielen.
8-1 Longhorns right now. It's just been all of Texas in every aspect, from shooting, ground balls, backup, saves, everything.
And it smells like a field full of Longhorns or a tiger cage. Something.
Well said there, Red, because it's either right here in the box, all these animals, but it's bad. It's pretty bad.
Our viewers at home, trust us, you've got the best seat in the house. Because it smells something serious here at the lakes.
That's just classic Lake Melissa playing their prank on us, but we'll see what happens here in a couple minutes as the Tigers throw this one away. Fresh shot clock here, 20 seconds to get it over the midline for the Longhorns. Expect them to wait until all their subs can come out to get a good clear. Levine here surveying, demanding his teammates to get open, and it does.
They're telling Schaefer to push it. One more, BTB pass just a little high.
That's the right play, to be honest, if you want to get flashy. Thielen just not 6'8". If he was, that lands and that's a goal. Tigers look to clear here. 6 seconds left to get it over the white line, and they do. But there's a slippage. Good corral there. That was number 2, Johnny, corralling again into Jerry, one of their better players here, running around the field. Very athletic shooter. The ball needs to be in his stick. As you can see him running down the alley. Good save by Levine, saying no, as he's heating up and dishing it out fast. Looking to get transition. Here come the Longhorns. Rollins cutting in the crease. They had him, but I think it's because he's a D-midi. They don't want to give it to him. That's all right. The Turret's back out there. Brad Wittenberg passes over to the Turret down the alley. He's tripped up.
Brad Wittenberg has had a monster game so far. Love seeing 28 get the tick. He's balling. Turret to Rollins. Here comes Wittenberg. Over to Luke Skanga. Sheds one. Pushing through another. He's getting whacked.
Drew the penalty there, Rhett. Coming through the crease.
Goal?
Gets it. Let's see what happened here.
What are they going to say? If that's a goal, that's insane.
A bunch of cup checks we just saw there for the Turret, but he's walking a little gingerly off. They're expecting to see what the refs just say there. Slash and push by the same player. No goal here, just
So,
man up.
It must be because he landed in the goal mouth, is my guess. But honestly, I don't even know if they have a goal mouth here.
There doesn't look to be a goal mouth, which just protects the goalie, but regardless, he was pushed. So that means wherever he was going, he got pushed to it. So 30-second penalty on top of the Slash. Stacked up here. It's a 6v5 man up here for the Longhorns. They
Luke
came out.
Skanga, relentless.
They came out on their first man up and didn't get a really good look at all, just a quick turnover. So let's see them work it around here to get their shooters open like we usually see. The Turret there with the turnover. Unfortunate one, but another good initial man down defense by Missouri.
Fairhurst picking up the GB.
And he's got wheels, Rhett.
He sure does. Coach calls a timeout. Texas will regroup. They've got a 7-goal lead here with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Thank you so much for tuning into Game On Sports Network. You can follow us on social media at Game On Sports Network, your source for all Texas sports. Thank you so much for tuning into the LSA. We'll take a quick break. Welcome back, everybody, to Melissa, Texas. We've got Missouri versus Texas in the first round of the LSA tournament.
The Longhorns are on a man up here. I was overhearing Coach in the huddle just telling his team to just figure it out right here. Basically what was happening was a bunch of unselfish passing, not enough ball movement. So here's the shooters. Unfortunate stick if you're a Longhorn fan, but great stick if you're a Tiger fan. Not a bad look, because that's the turret. That's who you want to shoot. The Tigers are still down a man right now, so they got to kill up some more time. As they are offsides. They had 6 people out there, which is fine, but because they have a man down, they can only have 5 on one end.
Just a killer for the Tigers.
Remember, it's a double penalty. There was a push and a slash, which just released right now. So Texas is subbing off. Going to get some more offensive players out there to get in a set.
Schaefer with the ball. He gives it up to Chapin. Pitt coming. No slip. Chapin, rip. His 3rd goal of the day. Hank Chapin. Have a night.
What a great job coming off that pick. What he did was took his man up to his left hand, which is what he wants, which you can see here on a roll. And that hedge defender, Jerry, can't really do anything besides that, which then frees up that lefty rib.
And he has just got a silky smooth release.
That was a cannon rib, about 15 yards it felt like.
Yeah, he can sling it. What a win. Wittenberg is hooping. Skip pass. Goes high.
Might have been a force there, but if he completed that, we'd shut up. Right now it's 9-1 Longhorns. The Tigers are a little quiet than about 8 minutes ago. I mean, tough to get really hype right now, but there's a lot of game left. You would never know. In the 10-man ride, we got a shot.
Oh, goalie goal! The 10-man ride has been broken. Missouri with a goalie goal.
You don't see that often, Rhett.
From about 50 or 60 yards.
That was from the Pacific Ocean, right through Lake Melissa,
Check this out.
downtown, and says, I'll just take it from here, and lets it fly. And here we are. Bounce. How many bounces, Rhett?
Just one.
Top left. Not, the goalie won't even save that. Phenomenal.
What a shot.
Love seeing goalie goals no matter what. 2 goals. Missouri.
Maybe a juice goal for the Tigers.
There's Garrett with the face-off win right to his teammate. I would get it right back to him.
Let him shoot it again.
Yeah. 1 for 1. Actually, 1 for 2. 50% not bad.
Oh,
but
they've shut down the 10-man ride. It's over with.
that's what happens when you score in it. 3 seconds to get this one over. As he does, but the refs say no because it didn't leave his stick. He's got that 6-foot pole, which left it in there another second. So it's 59 seconds. He has to leave that at 60. So Texas here with a free clear as they'll get their offense ready to go as they're up 9-2 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this half. Brett, when you're up this big in the first half, do you just do whatever you want? Like, what's the game plan if you're on Texas?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach decides to start subbing in some guys, letting them play. I think what they're really trying to do is prepare their sets for tomorrow and for the next day because they're trying to win this whole thing. Like, obviously they're going to make the tournament regardless of what happens, but they want to win this tournament, as do all these teams, and they've got an incredible chance to do so. As Kian Levine says, absolutely not. So I wouldn't be surprised if the coaching staff here for the University of Texas starts dipping deeper into the bag, letting some guys get some runs.
Yeah, I could foresee that, but right now they got line 1.
Well, it's the first half, you know. It's 9-2. They're just playing lacrosse. If you're getting beat this bad, change something.
Exactly. What I'd like to see Texas to do is to stick to the fundamentals right now. Get a couple more in there by half, which we see a great rip and a save. Offensively speaking, best thing to do is just play unselfish, continue in that, and then get in the good looks like you saw there. Just a good save.
Great save.
As the ride is successful for the Longhorns, failed clear there by Missouri. Longhorns pick it up with 2:40 to go into this first half. Schaefer holding the rock, passes it to the turret.
Jason O into the game.
We got O with that nice goal in the first quarter on the other end. Expect him to get another run at this, which we're going to see right now. Here's O.
Splits to his left, draws the slide.
Very quick slide.
Yeah,
Successful.
A good slide. He laid the hammer on O.
Forced that turnover to give his Tigers another offense possession. Let's see what they can do with this as they got their first line middies out there. You see Jerry getting locked off by a shorty. You can't get locked off though. You're always open if you have a shorty on you. So you got a V cut, maybe set a pick, but you cannot just be a spectator out there. Jerry should get the ball.
Over the head, unsuccessful. Great check though. Feed to the crease. Can't be handled. Push. Yep. Now Jerry's got the rock, but he does have the pole.
And that's fine. He doesn't mind.
Nah, he's an athlete. His team calls him the Unk, even though he's only 22.
Here he is as he gets the shorty back on him. Expect a very quick slide rip.
Little rocker step.
Goes
Almost.
through two guys. Almost is right. Backed up.
And Jerry's open. If they'll pass it to him, they look him off, and it doesn't go their way. Levine ends up with it as he's moving it. Nice catch. Ball is tipped, but picked up by 39. Hank.
Longhorns
with
bench
the
are
rock.
calling yellow to get the substitutions, Rhett. Just 52 seconds left to go in the half. Get those subs out there quick and look to push right away.
Rollins in the game. Schaefer in the game. Eigen in the game.
Here comes Eigen out of the box. Get it right to him. Let him do some magic here.
And that's terrifying with him running at you with a full head of steam. Thielen.
30 to go.
Roll. Thinking about shooting it.
Good save.
Sick release.
20 to go on the
20 seconds left in this half. One hop. Missouri needs to move quick.
10 seconds.
What a... Oh, wow! Buzzer beater goal for the Tigers. Playing a little hot potato. Ends up in the stick. And he puts it away. That's number 17.
Good goal by Teddy there, cleaning up that garbage. But hey, created their own luck there, put himself in a good position to get this rebound after it tips his stick. That's Auble's stick right into his. And he gets a nice little push from behind, letting him know that the Longhorns are here.
Slip and slide here at Melissa Lakes. And we're taking it to halftime, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Game On Sports Network. I'm Rhett Cannon of Cannon Lax. This is Kevin Cuttinella, Kevin Cuddy on Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find all these highlights likely tomorrow on Game On Sports Network. It's a privilege to be out here in Melissa, Texas for the LSA Championships. We will take a break and get back to you with some more lacrosse here on a Friday night. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We are back to start the second half here in Melissa, Texas. 9-3 lead for the Longhorns. Right now, coming out of halftime, everything's reset. Both teams are back on the sidelines, ready to go. I am Kevin Catanella.
And I am Rhett Cannon of Cannon Lax. I'm stoked to be here with my buddy Kevin for this awesome matchup.
It's been a night, Rhett.
It has been a night.
Garrett with the face-off win, looking to take it right away. Levine says no.
What a save, Kean Levine. That was awesome.
Check! Yeah!
Great sequence there to start out of the gate for Garrett in black. And Levine in white says nope. Here we are, though. 25 seconds into the game, into the half. Texas settles in on defense as Missouri subs off all their players to get their offensive stud out there.
Jerry's got the rock, gets the pull immediately. Much deserved. This kid's a beast.
Breaks an
Somebody
ankle.
falls.
Right
Pass
look.
is a little high.
That's the right look there. You want to see that ex-attackman stick in his left hand and already at GLE, that imaginary line that goes from the goal pipes east to west on the field. But Texas with an easy clear up and out here as they get their first offensive possession of this half. 9-3, Rhett. What are you thinking here right now?
Texas has just got to keep piling it on.
Let me ask you a few more questions. You just had a bite of pizza. He's ready to go. That means fueling up as we get an on-the-run shot here. That was a possession shot as the Turret's coming out with numbers. Texas has numbers right up to him.
Hard shot by Luke.
8 shot out of him. I'm keeping tabs because I know he'll do 8 more no problem and could have 8 in a row goals.
Once one falls, they all start to fall,
And that's the Turret.
especially when you're that talented.
Maurice Stein there, good look. Misses wide left. Texas is not slowing down here. They want to keep shooting. That's just Texas lacrosse, though. As they work it around right up to the Turret here as the shorty. Right back to Eigen.
Turret's going to come bring a pick. They got the switch. It's exactly what they wanted. Top side goes Chapin. Just wide for number 39.
Chapin wants that one back because he had the left corner wide open. 35 on the shot clock here with 12:42 left to go in this third quarter.
Brad Wittenberg, jump shot, wide. Backed up by Chapin. 22 seconds. Skanga's got it. Over to Stein. Wittenberg is feeling it tonight.
He wants it, but missed wide there. And right now they have 10 seconds left to shoot before expiration. Save.
Great save.
Sturdy defensive possession there for the Tigers. As they look to clear this out now.
He's in trouble.
Good ride by Eigen right to him. Here he goes.
Beautiful takeaway by Eigen. That's why I think he'll be first team all conference.
Doing it all in between the lines and hustling off to grab a sip of water to go back out there.
I mean, obviously he is an O-Midi, but he's anything but an O-Midi.
No, he's just a freak athlete.
He's just a freak athlete. I mean, he's 6'3", probably like 195, 200. Big kid. Had a great season for the Longhorns. He's a tough matchup.
Tough matchup for anyone, shorty, long pole, no matter who you are or what you are. He will attack you.
Here comes Stein. Roll back. Feeds it over to Skanga. Hitch. Inside. Goal! Luke Skanga on the board. Nice move. The rocker step. Little hezzy. Gets inside. Usually we like to see the turret just rip it. But he shows the finesse on the inside finish. Let's watch this again.
He was telling himself, from 15 hasn't landed yet today. Let me act like I'm doing it from 15 and gonna come with the steady high to almost high, right at the goalie's shoulder, who he thought he was going low, but what a finish there by the turret. 9th shot of the day, first one in the cage.
And the way he moves, he honestly, I think he's about 6 feet tall, but he really gallops. He moves with some speed and some force. Intense dodger, a lot of hezzies, a lot of hitches. Great player is Luke Skanga.
Just a finesse player there as it goes right to Garrett, running down the middle.
Nice shot, Garrett.
Juice goal there, 10-4. What a play, though. The Fogo does not come off the field because he says, I can score for us. As you can see, he's just running down Broadway here and sticks this one sidearm high. Nothing Levine could do there.
And that's one of those shots that if you don't score, you're like, oh, why didn't I just shoot overhand? But it looks so cool when you finish like that.
A Fogo will never do it overhand. He had no choice, but you were exactly right. If he missed that, he's coming back off the field going, what did I do? So forward pop here. As Garrett's working hard to get that. Picked up by Black here. Wong all over the ground balls today. Called his name a lot here in Black. As they look to get it clear. With about 9 seconds left to get over the line as they just throw it up to the attack. What a grab. That's Bobby, number 5, throwing it around, running away from everyone too. Auble here running up the lefty wing. Iso and his defender trying to come underneath here.
Good defense.
Let's see what he does. Twisters it across to the right side of the field.
Face dodge. Goal! What a sick goal!
What a finish there. That's Johnny doing his thing with a twister.
Johnny putting on the moves. Putting the Longhorns on skates. Well, I blame Melissa Lakes, but the face dodge definitely got him. Ducks his shoulder, puts it stick side. Nice finish by number 2. That was gross.
What a play there. There's not much you can coach up there on either side of the ball there. He just did his thing and made his defenders fall and stuck it top left corner. As you can see, Garrett got the procedure here. Black ball again, juice goal, 10-5. Slowly creeping back for the Tigers as they have another offensive possession to get a chance to bring this in forward.
2 straight goals, plus a face-off win. What more could you ask for if you're the Tigers?
A third straight goal. Which
It's been a tough game for him.
it has. And Garrett here, ISO on that extra, trying to go to his right side.
As he
Draws
skip.
the slide.
Here comes Jeremy. Jeremy being smart.
Midline sub, you fucker. Please, do midline sub. Attack, midline sub.
Jerry with the shot. Levine all over that. Stick side high as he looks to outlet it to a shorty running up the field. Safranek there running with the wheels.
Nathan Safranek.
Midline.
Nico Triant wide open, left hand. Hit. Shot goes wide.
Keeper came about 15 yards trying to lay the lumber there. Goal was wide open if he got that on cage.
It was the hit that threw off his throwing motion.
I don't think anyone would have thought the goalie was running out 15 yards to lay the body.
Rollins
but hey,
full head of steam.
anything can
Passes it
happen.
to X. Maury. Not many shots out of Maury tonight. Roll back. Facilitating. Can't handle it. Tigers on the move.
Chase running this one out here. Big number 15 looking down the alley, looking for a shot, and he does. But wide right.
Little push pass bouncer, but it's a possession shot.
Possession shot is right. Anything other than a turnover works. As here's Jerry.
Are they offsides again?
Not sure on that one, but we're going to look at it offsides on there.
And that's frustrating for the Tigers, not only because they turned it over, but because they might have had a really good look with Jeremy coming out of the box there. He's due for one.
He is due for one. He took the last shot for them, and it was high to high save, but he is due, and he's ready to do it, I think. He's coming off the field a little angrily, which means next shot might fall.
We got Jack Eigen on the move. Good take with the left hand. Possession shot again. Backed up by Thielen. Breck dodging up the hash. Slide comes, skip pass to Schaefer. Schaefer, rip, saved.
Chase running that one out, dishing it to a shorty, number 24.
On you.
Albo pulls this one out, letting his teammates all get set up and the Dodgers to come out on the wings. But Albo says he wants this here, so he's going to take this. Sweeping across the middle, lefty on the runner wide left.
And I like Albo. Good player. That's a great shot. Knows he had backup. They're going to fight for this ground ball. It's 3-on-1, 2-on-3. Ball is still loose. Big hit. Tigers trying to come up with it, and they do for just a second, but it goes over and back, going Texas's way. Stein picks it up.
And that's the right call there, over
is.
and back. No possession for either team, so it maintained that 30-second shot clock, which means they have to keep it on their side of the field. So turnover, Texas ball 10-5 right now as they turn it over again and back to Missouri.
I think that's just one of those passes where it comes off the shooter's weird, goes a little high.
Could be the pollen, could be the ice, could be anything.
Could be the lake.
Could be the lake. The lake takes another one. Couple shipwrecks this summer there, I heard. So there's probably some treasure. As there's a turnover here.
Stuff's getting weird.
Stuff is getting weird. We were sitting in the box here at the
Oh,
Geysers.
look, it's the turret.
Oh, he's back?
He's back, baby.
He usually stays in front of us another second and comes out later.
Wolf. He sees it. The turret sniffs it out.
Greyhound turret we got here. Texas running their O, dishing it through X, coming up the left hash.
Eigen going to work. Inside roll. Pulls it back out. Here's our guy. Oh my gosh. Great save. Nice move though.
It was a pretty good move, and he had to do that as the shot clock winded down, but
It's a beautiful take.
Beautiful take is right, even better save. As you can see, he rolls with his left hand, does a jump shot, takes the hit, and just goalie sits on it.
5-1 can shoot with both hands. Don't get it twisted.
1 second left. And there's the shock. There's the violation to get it over. So turnover back to Texas. 10-5 still. Kind of quiet this third quarter right now for the Longhorns.
Yeah, clears are not going easy for the Tigers, as these Horns are relentless on the ride. They started off in that 10-man, but once we got that goalie goal, they broke out of it. But their regular ride is just as good. Team screaming numbers. No numbers anymore.
I'd like to see Texas to go back to their roots here. Dodge the shorties, draw and dump instead of just shooting the ball, which here we go.
That's
Drew,
exactly what you're
dump,
getting.
wing shot. Good
Just
take.
wide. I like that dodge by O. Knows he doesn't have the shot, pushes it immediately through X, and then they ended up getting the open shot. Here comes Stein. Stein and Triant cannot connect. Missouri hoping to close the gap a little more. The closest this game has been for the Tigers was 4-1.
Here's Nick running this one out. As he lowers the shoulder there.
Big hit by Thielen, pushes him out of bounds. Great ride by the Horn. Stein picks it up.
Couple failed clears for Missouri. Look for Texas to capitalize. They haven't done that yet. Rough pass. Turnover, up and out. All right, a little bit of sloppiness the last 3 minutes for each team. Texas is a much better team than displaying in this quarter. A lot of turnovers that are forced. So look to them to kind of change that in the next possession. But right now they are playing defense as Jerry isos at X, driving up lefty ret. Another turnover here.
And with Jerry there, honestly, I think not taking him to X, rather than inverting, get to your spot on a wing. Dodge there where I know, but where you can see the slide coming better. I mean, they slid so early.
That's what they get. You'd rather slide early on a guy like Jerry because things like that will happen rather than later where he can look at the whole field. So we got a timeout here by Texas. They're up 10-5 here in the third quarter.
Thank you so much for tuning into Game On Sports Network. I'm Rhett Cannon here with Kevin Cutnella. We're having a great time. Texas 10, Missouri 5. We'll take a quick break. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We are back here at Melissa, Texas. We have Texas Longhorns up 10-5 over the Missouri Tigers. We got 2:42 left in the third quarter here. I am Kevin Cutnella with Rhett Cannon. Cannon Lax. Continue to DM him. It looks like my whole entire family has. Shouting him out. Tell him we're doing a great job. Who just reached out to you?
Your mom, Kevin. And that's not a your mom joke. She actually reached out. Cuddy Crew.
Cuddy's crew reached out, watching all the way from Georgia right now.
We're in Georgia.
St. Mary's in the bottom right corner, so they're probably eating some sort of bread pudding or potato chips on the couch listening to this.
Shout out Mercer.
Shout out Mercer. Tomorrow they go up to watch my sister play in their final conference game.
Wofford.
Ooh, off the pipe here.
What position does she play?
She plays attack. She's a utility player, though, but she's having a heck of a year, averaging 2 goals to 3 goals a game.
And I don't know how I feel about that call. That looked like a push with possession. Even though he didn't call it, he was pushed directly in the back.
Totally agree with that, Rhett, but the refs, they're discussing it. They did say they got it wrong with a reset on the shot clock now.
And who else but the ref from Connecticut who grew up playing the game to make the call.
Owning his mistake, letting everyone know that he did it wrong, and goes back to white.
5 in stripes, knows ball. He's been talking to us about D1 lax all day.
Very biased in Connecticut, wishing there was a men's D1 lacrosse team there, but too bad because UMass runs the show on that side of the water.
I guess you're right, the Minutemen. But I'm sure if UConn got a team, it would take them a few years, but they'd be really good.
Totally agree, especially in Big East play, one of the best conferences in lacrosse, best conference in basketball. I will say that. Sorry for the SEC fans.
You believe that?
I do.
Providence, Xavier,
Look who won in the last 10 years. Most of them are Big East.
Villanova, Seton.
St. John's.
Yeah,
got
you're not
UConn,
wrong. It's a good conference.
DePaul, which is the weakest, but Creighton runs the show too. So
But I mean,
it's a pretty
honestly,
good
all
conference.
those teams can beat each other.
Exactly.
Providence was good for a minute.
But this year was the SEC with Florida winning it. A lot of these teams had a good run. Most of these teams were ranked too in the SEC. But right now, back to lacrosse as there's a whiff.
Nico Trump clearing the ball.
As he's approached.
Nice move. Nifty move.
Longhorns look to get into their offense possession.
50 seconds left here in the third quarter. There goes Jason. Great pass from Stein. Does not result in a goal. Backed up by Stein. He'll take it from X. 38 seconds left. Big save. Missouri on the clear. 25 seconds left. He slips. A lot of people are slipping out here. Sniper in the lake. You can see the lake in the distance.
And that's just classic Melissa Lake, as there needs to be a timeout with 20 seconds left to go in this third quarter. 10-5 still. But hey, Rhett, still a beautiful night here on the lake. We'll be right back.
We will be right back here on Game On Sports Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome back, everybody, to the LSA Conference Championships first round here on a Friday night. Coming out of a timeout, Missouri looks to get back on the board.
It's been a strong second quarter for Missouri. One goalie goal, a few offensive goals, but they need to pump this one in as there's 20 seconds left and they turn it over right away. So there's around 11 seconds left for the Longhorns to push one to make it 11-5. Let's see what they do here. Levine picking this one up.
Air Force. Picked up by Stein. I think he's going to score. He does. Buzzer beater goal. We're giving the assist to Kean Levine.
Levine with the assist. And I mean, it's the second buzzer beater we've seen, Rhett.
Levine and Stein. Look at that. Tom
Says-
Brady.
Just says September 08, right to his player. This replay's chaotic.
Nice handle. And then Morey just keeps it in front of his face. Absorbs contact. Puts it in the back of the net.
We've been saying Stein's been quiet, but he lets the game come to him, obviously right there, pumping one in to make this 11-5. Start of the fourth quarter coming up.
Great play. Stein and Levine doing their thing. 11-5 Texas. As we enter this fourth quarter, we will go to a quick break. Welcome back, everybody, to the fourth quarter of this matchup as Mizzou goosing it back, winning possession. They're down 6 as they look to claw back into this one.
Very high IQ play there by Garrett, kicking it back, because he had the Longhorns all up in him, which is a turnover right now, and they're pushing it. Here they come. Oh, hit and thrown away. Turnover again, back to the Tigers. A lot of chaos going on right now, Rhett.
A lot of chaos.
After that really quick start in the first quarter by the Longhorns, it seems like the Tigers have settled in and not making this as bad as it may seem. So it's 11-5 right now, start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, tight game since then, but it's stuff like this that the Tigers just can't afford to do. Dropping passes, not converting on their opportunities up front. And if you want to beat a team as talented as Texas, a team that's been incredibly hard to beat all year, a team that has a lot of strong wins on their resume this season, and you have to do all the little things right.
Exactly, and that starts with catching and throwing.
If you can't catch and throw, this sport is not fun.
All right, we got the turd out there with Ebby. Big 44.
Yeah, Ebby's a fan favorite. He's a lefty. Can absolutely sling it.
Turret. Good save by the Tigers there as they're pushing this one up and out. Transition opportunity. Cut off by the Longhorns. First couple possessions for both teams. Texas had a great opportunity there with the turret, but a good save. As Missouri looks to have their first offensive possession now, as they get a good running shot.
Wow,
Ball getting hit.
nice defense.
But
He's back. Oh, my. If that had been a goal, I would have flipped the table.
We're calling Stephen A. Smith, and that's going. No, don't flip the table. We got to stay here.
That would have been insane.
But overall, my gosh, that shot would, if that landed, I'm calling Sports Center. That's going on it.
Levine picks it up. Triant looking to get into the game. Rollins looking to get into the game. Tennant will sub him out. Triant walks in. Rollins walks in.
Wheels.
Yeah, Triant's fast.
Here comes Texas making some subs right now, getting some offensive players we haven't really seen out there as there's a... Oh.
Schaefer picks it up.
Unfortunate. If he let that go, that would have been an over and back and a turnover, but He kept it in play. A lot of falling right now.
I mean, I honestly blame it on the lake. This is
the
a
lake.
slippery field.
Due north winds causing a little frost out here. But we'll
O
see.
almost falls down. O getting to space, drawing a lot of pressure. Now they're moving it. There we go. Ooh, great save off the dome piece.
Chase passing it with his keep. It looks like he's going to send it downfield to Texas.
Texas, Jack Tennant picking it off.
Zoll running around there, number 11 in black.
Jason O into the game, number 11. Breck Thielen, Chapin.
Here comes Ebby.
Brad Wittenberg, Ebby.
And O.
Jason's 1 for 1 today. We've got Ebby on the pick. You don't want to bring the pole to him. He knows that. Same move. Cuts it back. Nice. Look at him go. What a shot. Jason O. 2 goals on the day for the MCLA Index founder. Nice play, Jason O. Lethal on the invert dodges, O. Look at this. Hezzy? That's like almost like a sham god move in basketball.
Exactly.
Gets top side. I thought it was going shelf. Goes low.
Smart play to go low, as
Nice
everyone thought
goal.
that was going to be shelf. But yeah, nice goal by O, running through 2 people, which is a hard task to do, and he completes that well with the goal.
And O is now propped full-time attack down there. He's in the game.
I would too if you're shooting that high percentage. But Garrett over here on the X in black, just really doing a great job.
Never mind. O's getting subbed out. Well, I think they're doing. Oh, I see what they're doing here.
They're subbing, so O comes out, but he might take a little rest here. As Garrett's having some trouble at X with the rock, looking for some support.
Well, that head takes face off, so you know it's a little warped. Backhand, almost. He's an athlete.
He's doing the thing where you just throw it at the cage and miss so you can get off the field and get some water.
Exactly.
As we call that, the possession
And he's
shot.
laughing with it. He's got a smile on his face as he comes to the bench. He's just out here having fun. 22 is playing a good game. Man, I love the MCLA, Kevin.
It's a blast.
It is the best. And if you're thinking about playing lacrosse and you don't necessarily have the offers that you thought you might get or the ones you think you deserve, there are so many schools out there like Texas, like Missouri, like Oklahoma, like Arkansas, like UNT, where you can go be an absolute baller and make a ton of friends and go to a school with a football team and fraternities and do your thing. You know, you don't have to stop playing just because you aren't playing in the NCAA, NJCAA, or the NAIA. The
Exactly.
MCLA is giving opportunities for these kids to strut their stuff wearing some pretty prominent colors, such as the burnt orange.
Exactly right. Well said on that one, too. I mean, lacrosse shouldn't stop after high school.
No,
Should
it
keep
shouldn't.
going.
And
So
if you love this game, find a way to keep playing it.
And the best thing you could do with lacrosse is pass it on too. So if you're done playing competitively like this, then you pick it up with your kids or your cousin, your niece, nephew. You just keep the stick in your hand and putting it into other people's hands.
And you know, sometimes the oh my gosh!
We almost had a second goalie goal.
Just the same bounce. And you know, sometimes the culture of this sport gets a bad rap. But I gotta say, I've made some of my absolute best friends playing the Creators game. I've gone to amazing places, met very cool people. This game gives back.
It gives back for sure, especially if you're young playing this. It teaches you how to persevere, fight through adversity, but also how to deal with anything.
Anything.
You know?
Sports aren't necessarily about winning and losing at this level. They can be, but it's important to figure out the lessons along the way. As we get a goal by Missouri.
What a goal by Missouri there. Rhett's going to take a second, wipe his eyes. He's crying with that message.
We're getting sentimental over here about club ball.
But all in all, can't negate that 12-6. Wow, I think that's Alba right there, just sneaking that in. I think it's just right time, right place type of ordeal.
He's had a good game. I thought he was a righty on his first goal when he dodged from X and he tucked it away, but he is a true lefty attackman, and he's a great player. Putting them within 6 as we're back to the X. But Wittenberg has been hooping.
Save. We'll take it. We're counting it. Up and out.
Beautiful pass, not handled though.
Great pass. Keep throwing those like that.
Ball's in the middle of the field.
Here's Zoll goosing it forward to his attackman.
Here we go. Tigers on the move. And the Tiger bench is being rowdy. They might be doubled up right now. But they've got 8 minutes of lacrosse left for their season, and they just want to play hard.
Exactly.
Got to respect it. Oh, just low.
Tough sequence right there after working really hard to get the ball back, but time to ride if you're Missouri right now. That's the thought process. But Texas seems like they're in a little bit of a slump. And how do you get out of a slump?
Score a goal.
Score a goal. So let's see what they can do here.
Great pass, great handle by Schaefer. And I love seeing Schaefer on offense. It's awesome. Here comes Tryant. He likes this matchup. Tryant's great with his left. Pulls it out, pushes it to Jason. Unbelievable catch by Ebby.
That's big smooth. Here's Schaefer running down the right alley, dishing it through X. He's got a couple of cuts here.
Oh, good look. I don't know if he knew it was coming, though. Some big hits here. Thielen fighting for it. Thielen comes up with it. Ground ball machine is Breck. Unsung hero on these loose balls. He gets low to the ground, picks them up.
That's what you got to do in a ground ball. We call them knuckle draggers, where you drag your knuckles low
exactly.
to the ground. But the only way to do that is getting in a low squat. And here's the chase back check.
Wow.
Sending the stick flying, helicoptering it away. That's a turnover now. Missouri ball.
You don't see the helicopter too often. The flailing stick.
Cool looking play right there.
The trail check.
But scary sequence right now is they got to clear the ball, which is always hard to do against Texas.
They sure do.
Here's Chase.
We need a midi back.
Midi is back.
Smart play by 15 to recognize that.
That's Chase there, Rhett.
Very
IQ
heady,
player.
very heady.
And he's a giant out there. Peterson holding the rock
they're
here
gonna
as they're subbing, as Jerry's going to get out there.
Yeah, let's see who Jerry's matchup is. We've been saying he's been due for one, and he's got a shorty. He definitely wants to go. Setting up his dodge, putting it in his left to get it back to his right, I assume.
And they're pre-sliding
Shake.
on him, so good throw back there. Need to see the pipes.
Tough take from distance.
That's a perfect play right there. As Jerry's unselfish throwing it back. But what you can't do is just shoot it. If you saw the guy on the screen to the left, that's the right look. The guy creeping up.
Yep, you just got to keep moving it after the hedge.
Best advice is to one more every time you get a pass.
And that's a great pass in technicality.
Texas ball.
Texas ball.
6 minutes left to go in this game. Texas leads 12-6 as they look to clear this rock into their offensive zone to get another one.
Fournier making them jump. Long pass. Picked up by Ebby. They'll fight for it. O's going to grab it. O looking around. Goes over to Thielen.
They'll slow it down as they get the subs out.
Schaefer into the game.
D middies come off. O middies go on.
Wittenberg about to sub in. Wittenberg looking like he wants to go. Shot wide.
And he does go. Red is right, but he just missed the cage. Otherwise, great sequence.
Something about the body language.
You just know when the guy's chasing him down the middle, squares up his defender, and just zooms. He's ready to go.
Here comes O. Rollins is going to potentially give him a pick. Pass is wide. Going to go over.
over and back here. Mizzou ball.
Missouri can pick it up. They'll get the quick restart. Just wait for the ref's whistle. Jeremy back into the game. And honestly, it might be in Jerry's best interest to just dodge a pole because they might not slide as fast.
I would like to see that. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I'd like to see it too. Backhand. Is it backed up? It is not.
I don't mind the shot. It's just you need support on your team to have a backup there.
And that's why it's good to know your teammates' tendencies. Because if you're like, oh, Garrett's going to shoot the ball every time he gets it, I better be ready at GLE to run back there and get the possession.
Exactly. And that's just being heady players out there, but Mizzou is just finishing subbing, so it's pretty tough to get out there. It's
right.
An early shot.
JJ Van stepping into the game. Xavier Collette, the president, stepping into the game. Number 17 out of Chicago. That's Xavier. Great guy, does a lot of logistics for the team.
Oh yeah, Chase! Come on,
Jason working to his left hand, draws a double, rolls it out, passes it. That's Luke Masiak.
Come on, Dark!
Luke dodging. Fake. Passes high. Gonna be picked up by Mizzou.
A few turnovers back to back to back to back there. And Mizzou's pushing
One
it.
more. Just a great look. Just way too high. Would have had a perfect look at the cage.
That's Lake Melissa taking a mellow one from everyone here. I think she's fed up right now. And
I think she is too. She's ready to call it a night. Masiak, nice handle, but the ball is jarred loose.
that's Zola. As it's thrown back in a risky spot on the field.
But handled nonetheless. Long pass. Goes straight to the Longhorns. Tennant climbs the elevator, climbs the stairs, takes the elevator to get that Greenberg with the rock. Oh, sends it to X for JJ Van. And I feel like Ebby's just getting bad passes. He really is. But another great one-handed catch by him. That's Safranik. Typically a D-mid on the offensive end. Here comes Caleb. Good take, goes wide. Backed up.
I like that.
I like that too, have one.
Just using his size and strength to just come lefty and just ripping it.
JJ Van on the move, rolls back. I think he thought about the finalizer.
Tough spot to do it behind the cage. But I don't
JJ
mind
Van.
that. Here he is.
Over to Ebby. And a goal for the big man, number 44. Cashing in with the left. Low to low.
Low to low for Big Smooth there. Catching a bad pass again, making up for it by releasing it at the same level that he caught it by his feet.
Let's check it out.
So catches it low, leaves it low, zips it, worm burner.
I love a worm burner. That's a great take by Ebby.
And that's a drought that was just killed. It felt like a whole quarter where Texas didn't
Yeah, it
score a
really
goal
did.
there.
It really did. Good to see this line go in there and get some points on the board. A little bit of time left in this game.
2 minutes, 10 seconds. 13-6 Texas over Missouri as they're in transition. Keep
Great
comes out.
save. And a toe drag. A beautiful toe drag, but does he sell the clip with a bad pass? He does not. Look at this. Look at this save. And Levine says, I can do it too on the other end. Don't forget about me.
And we don't. Levine there making it look easy on the save. Time to clear, though, as he dips it into the corner to big man Ebby.
12 from Connecticut's having a great day. Key and Levine.
It's the second time. I want to go back to that save in black. Second time he ran out of the cage and stopped something. So it was very impressive, very not traditional at all.
I mean, he's a great goalie. He's just seeing a slew of shots every possession.
He sure is.
He still definitely probably has 10 saves, and the pass goes high. And
Barry trying to make a play there, but turnover on downs, we'll call that one. 13-6 still, minute 19 left to go in the game. In the witching hour we're at.
The witching hour.
We are here.
Weird things can happen.
1 minute left to go in the game. Triple
Wittenberg
team.
doing his thing. Nice moves. Just can't handle it.
Chase picking this one up. There's Big Chase. He's been out there all game having a good day for himself as he dishes it to the middle of the field. And Missouri looking to get a push here as it's very short time.
50 seconds left.
Here's Albel.
He's got space. Wow, great save.
Levine catching that like it's in slow motion. A fast
That
shot
was
making it look
great.
slow.
And this will likely wrap it up.
I mean, watching Levine today, it looks like he catches the ball with his hand. Like it looks effortlessly. The ball's low. His hips are in a weird spot right now. He just catches it with his hand. Makes it look so easy.
The sophomore is talented.
As Texas is slowing it down as there's 10 seconds left to go in the game.
Texas will advance on to play Baylor tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning into Game On Sports Network. Your final score here in Melissa, Texas for the first round. Texas 13, Missouri 6. I'm Rhett Cannon of Cannon Lax here with Kevin Cuttinella on Game On Sports Network. Kevin, it's been a pleasure, dude.
It's been a great night hanging out with you, Rhett, calling some lacrosse games. Excellent games we got to watch today, but all together, the winner of this one is advancing.
Absolutely. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check us out on Instagram at Game On Sports Network. Good night from Melissa Lakes.